It was noisy and swarming with people in green coveralls who looked like aliens with their protective clothing and wearing masks. Sparks regularly shot out in the air from different places. That was the body shop, an area at the General Motors Holden factory at Acacia Ridge, and that was the place where I worked for 7 years, my first job in Australia. I had escaped my country after 3 years in a concentration camp at the end of the Vietnam War because I had served as a naval officer of the South Vietnamese Navy during the conflict. After my escape, I have spent 5 months in a refugee camp in Malaysia and eventually was resettled in Australia in December 1978. In the first few years, my wife and I, we practically just worked and worked. We always said yes when the supervisors asked if we want to stay back and worked overtime, even when we were bone tied. Eventually, both of us moved on to different jobs, ending currently as public servants. During my life in Australia, I have noticed that many migrants were disadvantaged due to the lack of the understanding of the Australian system, of not knowing their rights, and most of all, of their difficulty to master the English language. I was then heavily involved at various times with various organizations like the Vietnamese community in Queensland, the Ethnic Radio 4AB, the Vietnamese Ethnic School, trying to help other members of my community. I was also a founder and past president of the Vietnamese Navy Veterans Association of Queensland. This is a non-incorporated friendship association. Its aims are to welcome all those who had served in the former South Vietnamese Navy, to give them opportunities to get together, to reminisce about their past, and more importantly, to help each other through information and each other's skills. Another organization that I am involved with is the Vietnamese Buddhist Association of Queensland and the Phật Đà Monastery. I feel that the Buddhist temple is a place that helps me to relax, to forget, even for a short while, my day-to-day life struggle, and helps me to aspire to become a better person. With my limited knowledge of the different religions in the world, I truly believe that the basic objective of all big religions like Christianity, Islam, Buddhism is to teach people to become a better person by doing good deeds, by helping and not harming others, and as such, we should be more tolerant to other religions. In many occasions, our Phật Đà Monastery had visitors from other faiths who had come and joined our religious activities. Someone had asked me the question, "Do you have any regret leaving your country and coming to Australia?" Yes, I do have regrets for leaving the country where I was born and be separated from my parents, brothers and sisters. But I do not have any regret being resettled in Australia, as I always feel that the majority of Australian people are kind-hearted and that I owe the government and its people for accepting my family and giving us the opportunity to rebuild our lives. Most importantly, to give us a future, which we certainly would not have had we remained in our own country.